Hello. Chicken en pignon. It's a French chicken dish that requires this wine called Pineau, and it's really hard to get and kind of expensive, but there's an easy substitution. So tonight, that's what we're having on JD Cooks. Okay, so we are ready to get started with our chicken en pignon, which doesn't really have pignon in it because I don't have any of that kind of stuff, wine, and so I'm faking it. But we do have a pan here with some butter, which has been melting, 3 tablespoons, and it's nicely browning, which is good. And we are going to start putting in some chicken thighs into this, smooth side down. And I have 8 little boneless, skinless thighs here. I'm using this little piece of plastic so I do not have to worry about having chickeny hands. Alright, now, if I start moving them around right now, they're going to stick, and we don't want them to stick. So I need to just leave them be, probably 4 or 5 minutes before I even try to turn them, because otherwise you're going to be pulling off shards of it. What you want to do is get a crust completely formed on the bottom of the chicken before you turn it, and then it just releases very nicely. So okay, so it's been a total of 6 minutes, and I have drained off all the fat with a spoon. I'll show you how I did it with the last little bit of it, and then we're going to have some fireworks. So I'm going to be pouring the wine with the cognac mixture onto the chicken and setting it afire. We love fire. So let me show you first of all about getting the fat out of the pan, because that's a real important part in the safety of this dish. And actually, I got most of it out already. So basically you just pull it off the heat, actually, because the fat will ignite too if you're not careful. Alright, and now this pan is smoking hot. I am going to turn my heat off for just a moment. I'm actually even going to close my propane tank. I really don't want to go up in flames here. Pour this in here. And you let it kind of warm up. And then, let's see if it'll light. Nope, it's not lighting. Okay, so I'm going to reopen the fire. I can get the flame to light here. That'll light. Woo! And starting to bubble up again. I'm going to try again. You want to get the alcohol cooked off of this. So now it's starting to bubble. Fingers crossed. Ooh, there we go. Flambe. This is as good as this show is ever going to get. Don't mess with it, okay? You want the alcohol to burn off. This is obviously much easier to do outdoors than in. This is truly a thing of beauty. And I'm not going to mess with it actually because I don't want to create any spillage on my propane tank or anything like that. I'm going to warm my hands by itself in just a moment. Enjoy a little sip of wine. I would be much more concerned if I were indoors. And eventually it'll start to ebb. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to add a tablespoon of chopped shallots. And I'm going to let it cook for about 20 minutes total. 10 minutes on one side, then I'm going to turn the chicken over and cook it on 10 minutes on the other side. And then we're going to go from there. All right, so here we go. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes. I'm going to get the chicken out of the pan and put 2 more tablespoons of butter in it, and we're going to start cooking some mushrooms. So, but I thought I'd give you a peek at what we've got here at this point. And it looks pretty good. Very nice chicken. The sauce is cooked way down. So let's get this into here. Much managing of space and things. And notice the bottom of the pan is looking pretty clean. Not a lot of like leftover burning stuff. We're going to put 2 more tablespoons of butter in there like that. And we need to get these melted down. Okay, so in go 8 ounces of quartered cremini mushrooms. And this is half an ounce of dried porcinis in a cup of hot water. And I'm going to take the mushrooms out with my impeccably clean hands and put those in right now. And we're going to save that liquid. That's coming back in just a moment. I'm going to give these about 5 minutes, and then we'll continue on from there. Okay, so the mushrooms have been cooking for about 5 minutes. And now I'm going to add the mushroom soaking liquid from the dried porcinis. That goes in. And really get in there and scrape up the bottom of that pan. There shouldn't be anything left for you to have to clean later. You do it right. Being careful not to rock the pan too much, of course. You should be dragging it around and seeing the bottom of that pan very nicely. Double check the sides that you're not seeing. You don't want anything too burnt getting in there because it'll affect the taste of the dish, but get all the dark goodness off the bottom. You can see the bottom of my pan now is pretty clean. We've got a good simmer going on that. I want this to reduce down to a thick and syrupy glaze. So I'm going to let you go away and come back when that's ready. Okay, so we're back. Now the recipe says 10 minutes to get to this stage, and it took us less than 3. So you got to watch your pan. You see how I'm dragging that spatula across and it leaves that trail? You see that clean part of the pan as I'm doing that? That means it's a glaze and you're pretty much getting there. So now we're going to add some cream, heavy cream. Half a cup. Peek inside and see if I've got half of it in there. I think I do. That goes back in. And then they want you to cook this down until it's a glaze again. But I'm getting impatient, so I'm actually going to go ahead and put the chicken back in and all of its remaining sauce. Yeah, that's looking just about right there. Okay. So give that just a couple more minutes. Oh, see thick bubbles? You see those thick bubbles on the side? That's a good sign. We like that. And get that chicken nice and hot again. All right. Leave that for a few more minutes. Oh, nice thick bubbles. All right, I think we're ready to take this inside. Okay, so we're all done. I've got some grilled polenta rounds, and because we have no kitchen, I actually bought tubed polenta. I'm not so much of a snob that I won't cave and buy tubed polenta. And so I'm going to put a couple of chicken thighs on there with all those good mushrooms. Ooh, look at that, yummy, yummy, yummy. Got sauce on there, like so. And then get a little bit of parsley on all of that. And you're ready for dinner. It is chicken au pignon without the pignon, with only white wine and cognac substituting. So there you go. That is it for this week, and we'll see you next time.